Hello again. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Panic and we are watching what little remains of Symphogear, seeing the OVAs, and this time actually on the season that we just finished. Maybe I'll remember a bit more of the plot and whatnot. It's referencing that in that case. Symphogear was one hell of a show. And the OVAs so far have always given me what I've asked for. The kind of behind the scenes backstory life of each of the characters. Just them getting on as little friends. So hopefully it continues down that path. We'll probably get a bit with Carol, maybe the auto scorers. Even Shemar herself will make an appearance. Give us a word or two of the world she wanted to create. To find out, we're going to have to watch it. So, if you're excited, let me know. If you're new here, well, you're starting on this video, but either way, welcome. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. Let's get going. Just before the birthday party. Great. I mean, gotta put something big together, you know, just after Christmas as well. I mean, even if she was overtly just telling them what she wants for her birthday or anything, not that Chris would do that, I'm pretty sure Hibiki will not pick up on that. Yeah, home run with that kind of present. You know, usually when it comes to birthdays, I try to play it safe. You know, don't go kind of crazy with the ideas of presents and the like, but to think just small elements like that. Oh, her hands are cold. Made it into this kind of nonsense. Please, someone rein her in and actually tell her what's going on. I mean, it fits quite well. Goodbye to that noise. I mean, you just haven't celebrated any. Considering that she was kind of really, I can't remember what the show is with that kind of that design for the character, but anyway, really plagued on thick with her woes. The fact that how she's spent her life, and also how everything just seems to go wrong. You can help. Should you help, though? I don't think we need to go that far. Just a normal cake knife would be fine. It's more of a wedding thing as well, yeah. I mean, she's just getting in the practice. We know the inevitable outcome. I mean, I've probably had a migraine trying to figure out fashion and the like, but for Sylvester just looking at a magazine, just how much was she in-depth thinking about it? Maybe go for something that she actually understands a little better. More than a little. What kind of grand gesture is she wanting then? Just to disperse all of her worries somewhere? What's the problem? But also, wouldn't Chris want something more aligned to her? I was going to say her likes and whatnot, but do we know what she likes? So you're going to ignore it for as long as possible? It was difficult to think of a present to get you, so I didn't bother. Happy birthday! If only that wasn't something that I've probably lived through. I mean, not the worst. Right, so it's a good luck charm kind of thing, sure. Also, yeah, sometimes having the gifts themselves be more of a representation of those who are giving it. Trying to help everyone else get to across the finish line. As expected of Maria, actually. Is this because she looked over Sebastia's shoulder in the magazine? But she has a good poker face. She'll clear them up in a matter of seconds. Are they leftovers? Oh, okay. And then top it off with the good news. The bad news is how much you've eaten already. And how often do they have to go through like these health checks and like? I know it's not a thing in the UK, but in Japan there definitely is. Ow. I didn't think I'd need treatment for ruptured eardrums from watching this episode. How does one even achieve that kind of pitch and resonance? I thought it just ended, so now we're getting straight into... I mean... I do like these slower moments where it is just mundane, washing dishes after an event and whatnot. But it does show how close those two actually are and what it means between them. Well, that's easy to understand just before the season started. Has she learned how to have a day off yet? An actual day off? And I know I have a selection of questionable mugs and whatnot around, but fried shrimp? Well, good thing she's... I wonder what game she's playing. But yeah, good thing that Carol comes back in this season. Then you can transfer it to a database. Oh god, why am I getting like Gintama flashbacks here? It does seem like a scene that you'd find Gintoki just lounging around. Somehow I think some of the memories may have become a little distorted over time. I never thought of memories themselves having a personification and hiding from you. Maybe that would explain a lot of why I'm so terrible of remembering anything. Keep things interesting. How many memories are there here? And what does it mean when they get burned? There's a mole. A spy on the inside. They just have to keep her away from the door. To be fair, considering her history and where she came from and how many years ago that was, I'm surprised at least her vocabulary is up to date. Slowly. Try not to make any noise. Run for it. The good thing is, since they are almost identical for the most part... What was that voice? Could they mistake her for one of the others? I mean, considering her life and whatnot, it is nice that they actually have everyone at the base treat her like that and actually do care for her. He's been playing Death Stranding. Or he just had the same dream as Elf9. I mean, much of the same, really. I mean, he's not paid to be brave here. He gets his job done, and that's all that's needed. He has a point. The moment when you become accustomed to it and don't question anything, that's when you know you need a break. It's only the top left one, which looks like a Persona character, that I don't know. The rest of them, quite a few of the originals there. I don't think I've actually seen the original Ring, though. But the TV itself is a view to the outside. Interesting. Can you bring them back from the depths of memory as well to help in this battle? Can they exist if they're just memories of other people, not yourself? Got some strange mitosis going on here. Well, that puts a fun twist on the goings-on in the episode and seeing how Carol burned herself away, and yet if she can duplicate like that, what are we worrying for? We've got memories for days. So right before the start of that one and right after the end of the other one. Okay. Ah, I see. Them escaping the confines and the issues. Their experimentations. I mean, seeing or knowing of their characters and what the hell is this music? Not what you'd expect for, like, a getaway. Sure. So on is a bit just head. Oh, they managed to lose them. How about out of the sewers? Yeah, she was leading them so confidently. Now it's like, well, time for some deliberation, and then it's your fault if we don't know where we are. Just like a true leader. I mean, yeah, sure, if she can lose various body parts and still keep on fighting, it's kind of one-sided. I don't need to say that she manages to bench more than me. I don't lift. Yeah, how did, other than just being promised the world and bodies and whatnot, how did they... Are they sure they got the right letter? Sometimes you don't want to condense all of your plans into a single sentence. I feel like the meaning might have gotten lost somewhere. Also, yeah, how many suitcases did she actually have? We know there was a whole bunch of different tales and we didn't actually see that many of them, but were they pre-made? She didn't exactly bring them with her in the escape. Okay, now I kind of want to see the cooking section, just from that little image in the title card. The most important thing of all, come up with she's got a notepad. Are we gonna have to veto a few of the electric halberd? Ugh. And how is she going to feel if you reject them all? She's going to be a little downcast. It's the cat slide. Sorry, sober. Her dreams have been crushed. What would the appropriate translation be for Gar into English? We don't really have an expression like that. I'm not upset about OMG though, not as much as I should be, really. She's really selling it. True, sometimes the anticipation beats the reward. And the more you actually fight for something, the sweeter the prize. At least now she's not harping on about it. You've bought another couple of weeks before she mentions the Solman again. I didn't see the weapon until he was begging for his life. I wonder why he's so fearful all the time with co-workers like that. And going back to the... did they have a moment of hesitation when they were casing the joint here? I do like that, yeah, they put on a brave face before and now we're actually seeing that moment after. Penny Dreadful? Considering they are the monsters of their own story, in a sense, how fitting. I don't think anything needs to be said about that. Sometimes, you know, the monsters do die at the end of the story, but also how many tales where the good sacrifice themselves for the better? It's really a matter of perspective of where you fall on that scale. It is shocking just how much they've managed to cram into like 6 minutes for each of these episodes. I mean, fitting for her to be the seal in that arrangement. I didn't catch it when this took place time frame wise, but are there convenience stores in Antarctica? It feels as they had just said something silly. I mean, where do the penguins get their lunch? I do feel as though, yeah, someone must have told her that to get her on board with the whole plan. Once she's there, it's too late. At least the crime rate in Antarctica would be quite low. What are we talking about? Yes, we've got the anti-spirals. I can't remember what the actual term is called, or if it was even debunked or whatnot, but yeah. It's just spinning in the other direction. How is she going to get used to it? She's trained so hard to... for this one. Muscle memory won't be there. Everyone has so much fun. Who doesn't love a penguin? Is she going to have to be... Is she going to have to be searched on their way back to make sure she hasn't absconded with any of the little critters? Is it so wrong? I mean, 80% of them have an affinity for cute things in this show. Just a lot of them pretend not to. The penguins, seals, whales and the like, now sled dogs. What was that? The Thing? Is that what this is meant to be? Is it The Thing? Quite an old movie. I can't. Is it Cronenberg? No, I can't remember. But what? There's also another story about dogs one, but I can't remember what that one's called at all. Did they put in the wrong disc? Yes. Okay. So they. Yes. Ah, yes. Okay. Of course. But she couldn't turn it off. Would it put her off from going on the mission? Or would she be more invested to make sure she can protect those dogs? To see if they all got the same one. I feel like they got vastly different experiences, but at least they came out with the same kind of... yeah, just good for them, I guess. God, I've just completely blanked what I was saying because the aspects, two different completely movies. It's like The Thing, and they're still going about the dogs. She's holding her grudge forever. But you have to look for body snatchers as well now. I mean, don't wallow on the present. Think of think of tomorrow, what you can achieve. Is that all she's wearing for Antarctica? She'll be back before you know it. That was so sweet, I think I've got diabetes. I do love just how much they actually do. I've said it like 4 times just in this fucking OVAs. How much those two actually do care for each other, and that is the kind of cornerstone of this show and their relationship in it. The fact that Hibiki kind of draws the power from having Miku at her back the entire time. And there we have it. Symphogear and the OVAs there coming to a close, and nothing really makes me happy than small references and nods to things that we've seen before. So having tiny little snippet segments of the show and more extra lore and maybe behind the scenes kind of stuff of characters that we didn't know about what happened. Yeah. Nothing really beats that. I love watching behind the scenes, like the making of films and games and whatnot. So I know this isn't exactly that because it is them still having their life, but it's more details, more information, more just time spent with these lovable characters who we've gotten to know so well over the years. How long have I been watching this? And I do love that even in these kind of more private moments, all the characters still follow their quirks and routines, even if we get to learn a little bit more, like Maria's back and forth, the joke, yeah, I completely forgot about your birthday. Even if it was a... even if it was a joke, even if it was some subterfuge. I really don't know where to go from here. It is the problem, because something's going to have to take Symphogear's place. What works for the middle of the week kind of show? You're really going to have to let me know, because I've got a few ideas in my head, but not enough to really put out a full poll yet. So head on over to my Discord, toss a few ideas my way, and we'll see what can be done. But definitely, much like with the ending of Monogatari, the endings, much like, well, this OVA, obviously, but a lot of other shows and bits that I've watched, I love it when the art style goes a little off kilter, not what we expect for the actual show. The fact you've got this, granted the production quality of Symphogear has risen over the seasons, but the actual art of Symphogear then just turned into this sketchy, I don't know what it's not colour pencil, but backgrounds and chibi characters. I like it. Madoka Magica with the collages and cutouts and whatnot. I like it. The silhouettes and intense inking and whatnot of Monogatari and whatnot. I like it. So I just want shows that do a lot more kind of experimenting with the medium and animation and art style and what they can do. Because that's a great way to hook my interest immediately. Not that I'm trying to influence ideas or anything, but if you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. If you want to keep up to date and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out when new things come out. Also, leave a like and a comment on the video to help boost me in the algorithm, tell YouTube who's in charge, and most importantly, get yourself some rest. So I can see you in the next one.